my name's Mariella. I sing as Love and the Daisy Petals, and I'm going to have Corin joining me for a couple of the songs. You might play the melodica, you might just sing along. If there's any that you can sing along with, do please join in. Okay, thank you, Carl, for having me on your stage again. It's always such a pleasure. The first stage I ever sang on at any of the festivals was Lost Horizons. I have a real connection to Lost Horizons, and I love coming back and singing here. I'm going to sing a few songs for you, but I'd also like to give you some poetry, if that's okay, Carl. Okay. I'm going to start with my heart chant, because I think it's really, really needed now, more than ever, that we reconnect to our love and to each other through love, not just to each other as human beings, but to all of life. End the speciesism, end the division, end the racism, end the disableism, and the transphobias, there's just all of the divisions. We need to get rid of that, and we get rid of that by remembering that we are love. We're all born with the capability of giving and sharing and receiving love, and that we are all made of the same stardust as the sunshine and the earth, and we're the generators of love. No matter how much love we give away, we still have love to give. We can still find more love to give because we are the generators of love. So let's use love to unite us, to empower us, and to help us find the words and the actions we need to be able to change and be that change, and end the system that has divided us and uses hate instead of love, war instead of peace, etc. So let's go back to the love. Let's remind even the people who are hurting and harming people and planet that they too need to reconnect to their love and use love instead of hate. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Can you who you are. Love's who you that we are love. And love is incredible. We had the whole of the United States, the whole of the UK, the whole of Australia. We had all these huge countries and all their lawyers and everyone trying to make sure that Julian Assange was never released, that he was kept silent, and with him the right to freedom of speech, the right to tell the truth, to demand the truth from our governments. And it's love, the unity and the strength of love from individual people around the planet, the love of his wife, the love of his children, the love of his family that has set Julian Assange free. Now we need to do the same for all the rest of the political prisoners who are being silenced and held in prison and tortured and killed. Let's free them all. On the subject of love, this is one of my own songs, and it's about love through the seasons and roses through the seasons, because we think of love as being represented by roses. So this is about love through the seasons, roses through the seasons, and how love reaches across all of time. So when we listen to our hearts, we hear our ancestors, we hear the future generations. It's all connected through love. Start again, slightly lower. My voice is quite rough from all the dust. I'll call your name again in the spring, when snow is still upon the ground, when roses sleep within their stems, and summer sound asleep. I'll call your name again. I'll call your name again in the spring, when blossoms float upon the breeze, and rose might still their hearts with scent, and summer starts to wane. I'll call your name again, and when I do, you subject of roses, I'm going to sing you one in Nepalese. In the West, we think, and most of the world, we think of roses as signifying love. In this song, it says that the roses will fade, the petals will fall, but my love is like the thorns. That even if I'm dead, my love will still be there for you. The thorns don't go away. My love won't go away. The roses will fade, the petals will fall, but my love will still be there for you. Which I think is such a beautiful thing to sing about. So it's a very short song. It's in Nepalese. My little friend over here, Tita, she's here from Nepal. It's her first time at Glastonbury. Can I have a little cheer for Tita, please? Woo! Welcome, Tita. So this one's about roses and thorns and love. Fula chade pani, gada chadena, murmure pani mero, maya murdena, murmure pani mero, maya murdena. Fula chade pani, gada chadena, murmure pani mero, maya murdena, murmure pani mero, maya murdena. Thank you. What should I sing next for you? Am I doing it? Am I okay to just keep singing? Am I? Just two more? Okay. This is another one of my own. This is called Stay. I want you to stay tonight. I want you to stay and hold me the way you always used to. That's right. I want you to stay tonight. I want you to stay tonight. I want you to stay and love me the way you always used to. That's right. I want you to stay tonight. Now why? No, there'll be talk and tongues they can go, but we're above that, my dear, as you know. So let's rekindle that spark tonight. Let's rekindle that spark, put fate in the dark, the way we used to. That's right. I want you to stay tonight. Now why? No, there'll be talk and tongues they can go, but we're above that, my dear, as you know. So go on and stay tonight. Go on and stay and hold me the way you always used to. That's right. I want you to stay tonight. Now why? No, there'll be talk and tongues they can go, but we're above that, my dear, as you know. So go on and stay tonight. Go on and stay and love me the way I know you want to. That's a great Glastonbury, isn't it? So I'm so relieved there isn't mud. So thank you again, Carl, for having me on here. Have you got time for a couple of minutes? No, okay, I'm going to finish with one last song. This is A Cup of Tea in My Garden, in Your Garden. It was written in my friend's garden, and it reminds me of how important it is to be able to stop still, connect with the earth, connect with the trees, the birds, the bees, and have that leisure and pleasure, and to know that it's a human right. Every single being on this planet should have time to be able to relax and play and just take time out and reconnect. And there's so many people who will never get to see the sky, never get to touch the earth. They're enslaved, they're locked up in prisons, they're locked up in mines. And we need to remember that human rights for all, but there's no human rights for any. You can't really be truly happy and truly free while there are people who aren't. We need to stand up for peace and justice and for human rights for all. We need to stand up for equality for all of life, the rights to life for all. And so whenever we drink our cups of tea, let's remember how many people have been enslaved to make those cups of tea, to pick those individual leaves to make us our cups of tea. There are fair trade organizations that produce tea and coffee and everything else that we need with respect for workers. But a lot of workers are still enslaved and exploited. Even over here in this country, the majority of people using food banks are people in work. Let's end the exploitation. Let's make sure that everyone has enough pay to live and feed themselves and put roofs over their heads and have time for leisure and holidays. So it's lovely to see everyone here enjoying themselves. Let's make sure the rest of the world can too. This one's called A Cup of Tea. A cup of tea in your garden, with birds on filling the air. A cup of tea in your garden, with the sun shining gold in your hair. I love my tea in your garden. There really is nothing so grand as teaing with you in your garden, with a cup of tea in my hand. And who'd have thought when I met you that I'd be sat here today? And who'd have predicted when I met you that I'd be singing away
with a cup of tea in your garden, with milkmaids milling around.
A hot cup of tea in your garden, it's the best pastime that I've found. And way back then when you met me, I really couldn't have planned that I'd be sitting in your garden with a cup of tea in my hand. And who'd have thought when I met you that I'd be sat here today? And who'd have predicted when I met you that I'd be singing away
with a cup of tea in my garden, with milkmaids milling around. A hot cup of tea in your garden,
it's the best pastime that I've found. And way back then when you met me, I really couldn't have planned that I'd be sitting in your garden with a cup of tea in my hand, that I'd be singing in your garden with a cup of tea in my hand, that I'd be in heaven in your garden with a cup of tea in my hand, and with a
of tea in my hand. With a cup 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 of tea in my hand.
With a cup of tea in my hand. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for such a lovely audience. I don't know if you spotted them. I had 2 installations up in the Green Futures field, and I've got this one which I made for COP26. And I'm spreading the word about the general election coming up. Please, please, please vote the Tories out. Use there's a website called Stop the Tories and Tactical Voting. Put your postcode in, find out who's the best person to vote in your area. Let's vote the Tories out. Let's change the narrative. Let's end the ecocide, the democide, the genocide that they are responsible for. And let's change it all. We can change the system. We've got, for the first time in history, we've got a chance for all of us to find a way to vote tactically. And they won't change the first past the post system. We can change that by creating people's assemblies. So let's push for that too. And let's remember that the people being hit first and hardest by every crisis and every corruption and every political choice are people who have got disabled children or disabled themselves or have disabled elders. And whether it's a war, whether it's a flood, whether it's a famine, they are the ones that are at the bottom of the pile of intersectionality. Let's make sure we get it right for them, and then we can get it right for everyone else as well. Let's free Palestine, let's free the people, let's speak up for peace and justice and humanity. Thank you. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Oh, I like that.
Love and Daisy Petals!